All right, here we go. So good morning, you guys. So today we're gonna do fire safety. So we're gonna learn some stuff about keeping safe during a fire.
Hi,
So,
Kimberly.
hey, Ryan. So in our houses, or even like here in our program, we have smoke alarms. Does everybody know what a smoke alarm is? It's like the little, sometimes they're like little white boxes and you'll see them in the roof at your house. Sometimes they're round, sometimes they're square. And does anybody know what they do in case of a fire? Why we put smoke alarms in the house?
It beeps.
Yep, it beeps. So if it gets the sense that smoke's around, it starts beeping. And then that's gonna let you know that you need to get out of the area. It warns you that there's gonna be a fire, there's smoke somewhere. So those are really important to have. You know, we want to make sure that we put those in there. And then another good thing for you to do is you want to have a plan for your escape from your fire.
Hi, Kim.
Good morning, Kim. So you want to make sure that if there's a fire that you and your family, or like here at work, we have a escape plan. So you just make sure that you have somewhere to go if the house catches on fire. So if the fire's in the front of the house, would you want to go out the front door?
No, the back door.
Exactly. So you would just make sure that you have an escape. So if the fire's in the kitchen, you wouldn't want to go in the kitchen. You would want to get away from the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good for you to make sure that you have a plan.
Also,
And then you would want to also too, you want to keep your eye on smokers. So if you have a family member that smokes, you don't want to just sit down a lit, cigarette and walk away, right? Want to make sure you put it out.
oh no.
Yep, you want to put it out. And what about like space heaters? You guys know what space heaters are? They're like little heaters that you plug into the wall and then they let off a lot of heat. You want to make sure that if you're using a space heater, that you keep it at least 3 feet away from you. And if you go to sleep, you should probably make sure you turn it off, or that some of them are automatic. So I know that they will turn themselves off after a certain time. So does anybody know the 3 things that you do if you were to catch on fire?
Call the fire department.
Yeah, you'll call the fire department. But say that my sweater's on fire. What would I do? You guys ever heard of stop, drop, and roll?
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yep, stop, drop, and roll. If
you're close, my dad was a firefighter.
Oh, see, so you should really know. So if your clothes catch on fire, you would want to stop, drop, and roll, right? So you just stop where you are, drop to the ground, and roll around because it's going to put it out. And it says cover your face with your hands and roll over to your stomach and just smother the flames. Like if the front of your sweater, you just want to roll on the ground and smother the flames. Because you don't want to get burnt. That's the best way you could put it out.
But how about water? Can you do water too?
Well, yeah, you can use water. It just depends on what kind of fire. I know if you have a grease fire in the kitchen, there's a different type of exterminate that you would use to put that one out. You use that one for the grease, and you have another one that you use for the fire. So they're different types.
That one day, when I was cooking grilled cheese sandwiches for me and my boyfriend, I caught fire.
Ooh, did you put it out?
No, I told Regina.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you should always tell somebody. You don't ever want to cook by yourself.
Somebody.
What
Holy
is
cow.
what is round and white and it warns you if there's a fire?
On the fire.
We just talked about it.
The smoke alarm.
There you go, the smoke alarm. That's something that we keep in our house, right? So you wanna kind of keep them all over. So you have one like in your kitchen, you have one in like your hallway, keep them like in all the rooms in your living room. Gotta make sure that they have, so most of them run on batteries. So you have to make sure that you keep new batteries in it. So if they start, I know just from knowing from experience, but if the batteries go low, they start to beep a lot. So you'll hear them like randomly start beeping. Yeah, you can ask me a question.
We have one, but we took ours down because it keep on going off every time we're not even cooking. It goes off every time we're not cooking yet.
Yeah, that's probably because it needs new batteries in it. That's what I was just getting to. So when they start to go low, they start to beep a lot. So you probably just need to replace the batteries in it. And then you have to make sure that you test them too. So you need to make sure that you go around and you test them and make sure that they're all working and the batteries are good in them, because you want to keep them able to help you. So when the fire starts, you would know.
That one day, it was so funny. That one day, my bus came, and my bus honk, it went off.
Oh, wow. So does anybody know what kind of gas that you can smell, not see, or taste, but it's dangerous to people?
Fires?
It's carbon monoxide. Sometimes there's another little thing that you can put on your wall. It's probably like this big. Or sometimes the regular smoke detectors, they detect that too. So what it is it's the gas that's in the air that you can't smell it, you can't see it, you can't taste it, you don't know what's there. But if you have your carbon monoxide machine, it tells you, it beeps just like if it's a fire. So it warns you as well. So with that, you're usually supposed to call the PG&E, and you get out of the house and you let them come and they'll take care of that, and they'll figure out where it's coming from.
Okay, Kelly.
So if there's a fire on the floor, does anybody know, does the smoke stay on the floor or does it rise up?
It rises up.
Yes, it does. So you want to be underneath the smoke. So if you're in the room and it's full of smoke, you don't want to be standing up because you don't want the smoke to get in your lungs. So you would want to be low to the ground and kind of crawl to get to a safe place, which is probably out of the house. Best thing to do is get out of the house. How would you escape a smoky, burning house?
Out of the house.
We just talked about it. So if there's a fire in the front of the house, would you want to walk out the front door?
No, the back door.
Right. So that's how you would escape from a firehouse. Instead of going out the front door where the fire is, you would want to go an opposite route, which is, even if it's out a window, out the back door, and you just go as far as you can away from the house. And then, does anybody know who do you call if there's a fire?
Fireman, fire department.
Yep, you'll call the emergency number, the 911 fire department. Let them know what's going on, give them your address, and have them come out and put the fire out, right?
Yeah.
If you can't do it yourself, it's probably better that you don't, because you don't want to take no chance of, getting burned or anything.
Well, I don't cook, so I don't have to worry.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to have somebody else do it if you can. Okay, escape. We just talked about the number that we dialed to call for the
What do you do when the microwave parts? What do you do?
When the microwave what?
Okay, we have a microwave. And we cook it in, and it parks.
Oh, it sparks?
Yeah, we don't know what to do with that.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't use it. just in case.
In case it caught a fire.
Yeah, just in case it might cause a fire. You got to be careful with that type of stuff. And if fire touches you, what do?
Drop and roll.
Stop, drop, and roll. So if you're cooking over a stove, and you shouldn't have like a baggy sweater on, you know, because if you're cooking over the stove and you have a baggy sweater, what can happen?
It catch on fire.
Yep, your sweater can catch on fire, your clothes can catch on fire. And if you're cooking with grease, grease gets really, really hot. And then sometimes it splashes over, and then you'll end up with a really bad grease fire. So you don't wanna do that either, right?
Well, if it burns you, you have a car.
Yeah, you don't want to get burnt. You don't want to get burnt.
Because
then,
a lot
so-
of people got burnt. A lot of people.
If you touch something hot, like say you grab a hot pot or something and you burn your hand, it says to cool a burn. It says run cool water over the burn for 10 to 15 minutes. Never apply ice. Never put butter. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the old remedy where you put butter and grease. Don't never put that on there because it makes your skin blister. And you would want to see a doctor immediately. So if something's hot, it's better off that you what? Do you want to go grab it?
The hot pad.
You know, yep, you use the burner, the mittens to get anything. You don't want to grab it with your hands because you will burn your hands.
Burn your hand.
Yep, you sure will. You will burn them.
That way you use the hot pad.
Yep. And so you guys should never play with matches or lighters, you know.
I don't, so.
Nope, you don't need to. If you need something done like that, you should just have somebody else do it.
After growing up.
Ask a grown-up. Yep. That's an exact answer that's right here on this paper. It says that. It says, ask for an adult to help you. So even like with candles, you don't want to leave a candle. You don't want to light your candle and then say, oh, I'm going to go to the store. I'll be back later. Because that can start a fire too.
You have to turn it off.
Yep, make sure you turn it off. You have to remember to turn it off before you blow it out. Sometimes they have the lids too. You just put the lid on it and let it kind of suffocate itself. Just like when you go camping and you have a campfire. And if you go camping and you make a campfire when you leave, do you want to just leave your campfire going all crazy and burning all over the place?
No.
What should you do?
We should wait until it goes out.
Put your campfire out before you leave, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. What if an airplane? What if it catches? Well, if so Zeke has a question. He said, "What if an airplane catches on fire?" Well, it depends on where it is. Hopefully, everybody can get out of it. Are you talking about if it's on the ground or if it's flying in the air? In the air? Oh my goodness! If an airplane's flying in the air and it catches on fire, I think everybody should get their parachute and probably try to jump out of it. I never have been in that situation myself, but that's probably what I would do. You might have 50-50 chance there.
But I don't like jumping, so.
Well, I don't know. When it comes to that, you might just tell somebody to give you a good little push. Let's go. We gotta get out of here.
I'll hold someone's hand, then I'll jump with.
That was a good question, though, Zeke. I've never been in that situation, so I really don't know what I would do, to be honest with you. Let's just hope that never happens, but I'm sure it's probably happened before, because you never know. Fires can start anywhere. The fires can start in the car. So if you're driving in the car and the car catches on fire, what should you do?
Get out.
Get out. Get out of the car. And you're not going to be able to put the fire out on the car. So your best bet is to just get away from the car as far as you can. and call who? Who do we call?
The firefighters.
Yep, we call the emergency number 911 and have them get you a fire truck out there and let them do it because that's their job, right? They know how to do that.
Yeah.
So have any of you guys ever used a fire extinguisher before?
No, but I want to learn.
Yeah, sometimes it's good if you guys learn how to do it. It has a little pin on it. You pull the little pin out, you squeeze the handle, and then you just sweep it at the area where the fire is. And you want to get down to the base of the fire. So you don't want to start trying to get the fire that's at the top, because that's not really the best way to put it out. The best way to put it out is put it out at the bottom. Because if not, you're gonna waste all the extinguisher at the top, and the fire is still gonna be burning from the bottom. So you want to squeeze it and sweep it across the bottom, and that's it. It's like a powder stuff that comes out of it, and that will put the fire out. And if you're not able to put the fire out, just get away from it. You don't need to be the hero. You just need to get away.
Although my dad put it out because he was a firefighter.
Your dad's the firefighter. He could put it out.
He was a firefighter. He's not a firefighter. He retired.
Oh, he's retired. Okay.
Yeah. But he knows what to do.
Yep, he knows what to do. So we already talked about your plan for your escape for your fire. So everybody should make sure that you and your family, you guys have a plan to where you should go. In case it was a fire, you just have like a little, you can even draw a little map or something, or you just talk about it and say, hey, if the fire's in the front of the house, we're gonna get out the back of the house. Fire's in the back of the house, we're gonna get out to the front of the house. Which here, I believe that they already have an escape to where we go, our route. We take the members down the street, get as far away as we can. And then you keep your eye on people that, smoke cigarettes. You never want to just leave it sitting in the ashtray on. You want to put, a little water in there.
Hi, Kimberly.
Hello, Ryan. And then kitchen safety. So you always want to make sure that if you're cooking, you have somebody with you that can help you, or make sure that, nothing happens. You don't want no fires, no grease fires.
No grease fire.
Like that.
No grease fire.
No grease fires. And then, yes. Huh? Go on a trip? When you go to the beach? What about it?
What about to the beach?
Yeah, the ocean is nice. So if say the house is all smoky from a fire, right?
Smoky.
You want to crawl on your hands and knees, keeping your head 12 to 24 inches above the floor where the air will be clear. So you don't want to walk straight into the smoke, right? Because if the smoke gets in your lungs, that can make you really ill. It's sometimes too, it's not good.
Sick.
Yeah, make you sick. Yes, good job, Meg. Yes, it makes you very sick. The smoke really is bad for your lungs. So the best thing for you to do, if the house catches on fire, you need to get out of it. If you hear the alarm going off, so if there's somebody, this is another thing. So this is a good safety point. So if, say, your parents are at home, right, and they're sleeping, and you hear the alarm going off, but nobody else does, do you just run out of the house and leave them?
No, you
What would you
wake them
do?
up. Make sure that everybody's out.
Yep. So you want to go what? Wake them up. Hey, get up. You gotta, even if you gotta bang on the door, you bang, bang, bang on the door. Say, hey, everybody, get up. Let's go. We gotta get out of here. Right? The house is on fire. We gotta go. What about your animals? Do you leave them?
No, you take them with you.
Yep. You gotta get you, your animals, your family, get everybody, and get out as fast as you can. And then you want to go to a safe place. So probably down the street a little ways. And then too, what else is a good thing to know too is if your house is on fire, then you got your neighbors. You have to always warn your neighbors too. You want to let your neighbors know, hey, knock on the door and tell your neighbors, hey, my house is on fire. I want you guys to know because the fires usually stay in one place.
No.
What are they known to do?
I'm gonna say no.
Get out.
They're known to spread. That's why it says it spreads like a wildfire because fires will just spread. Have you guys ever seen like the side of the road on the freeways?
Yeah.
Sometimes people, they'll flick their cigarette out the window and then the whole freeway is like burning. And then it just keeps on going because they have to put it out. So if one thing's on fire, usually if they don't catch it on time, it'll spread somewhere else and then it'll be.
It could be a grass fire too.
It could be a grass fire. Yeah, that's like on the side of the freeways. You ever watch where they catch on fire and then it just keeps on spreading?
Yeah.
Because the fire department has to get there.
Because the grass, so half of the grass is burnt on the freeway.
Yeah, because somehow it's caught on fire, and it keeps on going. It spreads really fast. So that's why it's good that the fire department, they know what they're doing. They know how to put it out and contain it. You don't want to pull over and get out with your one little fire extinguisher trying to do it because it's not going to work. You're going to put yourself in more harm's way,
You have to use water.
Yeah, they use water. Yeah, they have have you guys ever seen a big old fire truck? Has anybody ever seen one?
Yeah.
You guys ever? Yeah, you see they have those big old water hoses. You guys ever seen how they hook up to the water?
Water hose.
On the side of the road, you guys ever see like fire hydrants on the corner sometimes?
Yeah.
Water hose.
That's what the fire truck, they pull up, they get their big old hoses and they hook them up to the fire hydrants, and then they have like special tools and then they turn it on and that's how they get their water. So the water starts coming out through the hose and then that's what they use the hose to put out all the fires with. So they're pretty good and they're pretty important people, right?
Well, some firemen go in the house to get people out.
They will too. I know, yes, they will. They'll go in the house and they'll make sure they get everybody. That's why it's a big deal for you to make sure that if you know that you smell smoke, you need to make sure you wake everybody up in the house and you get them out safe.
My dad's a firefighter.
Uh-huh.
He went into the house and took the baby out.
Oh, that was good. Good. That was nice of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a scary job, but it's also a rewarding job at the same time. You just always got to make sure that you're safe,
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Do we have money? We have money match today.
Do you guys have any questions for me about what to do, or do you guys think that you guys got it?
We got it.
That's not everybody. Anybody got any questions?
No.
Josh,
I want at 2:00.
Josh, go ahead and go ahead and ask your question.
Where did the case of emergency?
What was that?
Where did the case of emergency? What should you call?
Who should you call? Okay, so you should call 911. They'll dispatch you to the fire, and then they'll send the fire department out to help you with that. So it says like each family should talk about and practice a plan. So say you have siblings or you have parents. So everybody should have their own job. So it's like you get yourself out, you call 911, you grab the animals, like you have to have everything planned and set up for escape. But if there's a fire, you just call 911 and they'll come. Just make sure you get out of the house. Because what's more important than the house is you, right?
Yeah.
You can replace stuff. You can't replace yourself. So just always remember to get out. You need to make sure that you escape a smoky burning house. So like we said, the escape route. So if the fire's in the front of the house, you're gonna want to escape out the back. If the fire's in the back of the house, you get out the front. Huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I know. Well, sometimes too, so Zeke's asking me about like a fire in the mall. There's sprinklers in the roof too. So not only do we have smoke detectors, most of the places I believe here too, I was looking up, there's sprinklers. So what they do is when a fire starts, they turn on and they just start flooding the place. So water's just gonna come out from the roof. So it's gonna start to put the fire out. So you just got to evacuate. You just got to get out of here. And the sprinklers will turn on. They'll start flooding the place, and then we'll have the fire department come, and then they'll finish it. We're not trained, so we don't really know. We just know that all we know how to do is just the bare minimum. The fire department, they know how to do all the other stuff. So our best bet is just to get out. Plan your escape from the fire. It's the best thing you can do.
Are you Indian or no?
Indian?
Yeah,
No.
I am.
Oh, that's nice. All right, do you guys have any more questions, or you guys think that you guys got it all down packed? Keep
We got
batteries
all
in your
down-
fire
I got all-
extinguisher. Make sure you go around and check them to make sure that they're working.
I got it.
All right.
What at 2 o'clock?